Hi guys, I'm Tyler and this is the first unofficial video. So welcome to the channel. This channel is mostly going to be about, hiking, backpacking, gear loadouts, gear reviews, all that sort of stuff. So if that's what you're into, please consider giving it a thumbs up, smash that like button, consider subscribing, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. So today we're going to do my summer gear loadout from a trip that I just sort of recently come back from, hiking Mount Feathertop, which I already done a video about, which I'll post up in the cards up above. Just a little 5-minute video if you want to have a look. Anyways, let's get into it. So, my backpack of choice. This is actually the 3F UL 48 litre, I believe. This is my first ever frameless pack, so that's why I kind of went like a little bit of a cheaper one. Wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, so didn't want to spend big bucks if I didn't know I wasn't going to like it. So this pack's actually amazing. Like, I will never go back to a frame pack, like ever. Frameless packs, that's where it's at for me, at least anyway. So, what I'll do is I'll put the pack on this side. It's a bit easier for me. So I'll be going through it, outside to inside, of course, and the opposite order to how I usually pack my gear. So we'll start with the side pockets. Both sides, I have two 1 litre smart water bottles, sports caps, can never go wrong. Just put them there. In this pocket, I have my water bladder and water filter. So I have the Knock, I think it is. 2 litre water bladder. This thing is amazing. It's got, I'm sure everybody's seen this before already, but the huge mouth, you can't go wrong. So paired with that, I use the Hydro Blue VersaFlow. This thing's, just standard. It's kind of like the Sawyer Mini, from what I believe. It's a lot better. And plus you can also, I don't know if you can see here, but you can actually see the fibers, so you kind of know how clean or dirty it's looking in there. Also on this side, my poop trowel. This is the Cedar Summit poop trowel. Of course it's not ultra light. Pretty heavy. It's light, but it's pretty heavy. But I am thinking of getting the Deuces Spades because that's just stupid light, and apparently it's really good. I've heard some good things about that. But with everything in this video, I'll put all links that I can find in the description box below. The good thing I like about this is, I don't know if you can see, but inside here, there's toilet paper. I don't keep a lot of toilet paper, and I'll show you why in a sec. But there's just a little bit just to get you by. Put that back away, down here. Also usually on the side, I believe it's this side, I keep my tripod, but I'm using that to film this, of course. Now what I'll do before I go to the hip belt, open up. So this is my raincoat. It's just a Macpac version, which is a brand here in Australia. Based out of New Zealand. I have a lot of Macpac gear because I love them. It's kind of like the America's REI, very similar. So this is just, my rain jacket. What I have in here as well is a sit pad. Just your basic closed cell phone sit pad. Does the trick. Fan fires with it as well. Does what it needs to do. So this is my Ditty Bag, electronics bag, my everything bag. It's got everything that I need. I will go through that at the end of the video so it can go to the side. And it's my steak bag. I believe I have 4 V steaks and 4 shepherd's hooks in here. No particular brand. This is just what comes with my tent. Yeah, 4 V steaks, 4 shepherd's hooks. They just sit at the bottom of this mesh not mesh. Yeah, I guess you could say it's mesh. Also, you can see here, of course, my trekking pole. I have 2 of these. One is on my person at all times, sort of thing, because I only like to hike with one. The other one just sits in my backpack here. But on this one, actually, I have a few layers of duct tape rolled around it, just for whatever it needs to be fixed, repaired, stuff like that. Hip belt pouches, which also on this backpack are huge. I thought they'd be a bit uncomfortable and maybe push in places that you don't want them pushing, but they're actually really good and really comfortable. This side here, all I keep is my beanie. Now this is made from a guy, he works at a market near my house, and I go there quite a bit just to check out stuff and, you know, seeing what's there, and he makes these himself, and it's alpaca wool. This is light, warm, thin, stretchy, amazing. This thing, oh, I could buy 1 million of them for no reason at all. That's all I keep in that side. This side is where my mic stuff goes for my filming, and I also keep my sanitizer, hand sanitizer, and I got a little bidet in here. Now that's why I don't have much toilet paper. This thing saves lives. It's pretty good. I'll put that over here as well. Ooh. Now, the fun stuff. Let's get into the pack. So this is just like your typical, or nowadays typical roll top pack. Gets pretty big. Fits everything I need. Now, right on top, this has no food in there at the moment, but this is a Dyneema pack, food bag, made by yours truly, Peter. He is amazing. His work, his quality, his everything, he's amazing. He's from Sydney, and he started his own little business not too long ago, Ultralight. So I'll add that in the description below. Definitely check him out. He's amazing. So in here, my cook pot. This is just a Toaks 550. Yes, 550. And I keep this, it's like the kid's wristband. It's a bit stretched out now. It's like a little bit of elastic, kind of like an elastic band. I just keep that to hold the lid on top. Now in here, we've got just a little can of gas. I think this is 100 mil, 200, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, it's just my gas. And my Cedar Summit collapsible cup, coffee in the morning is essential, especially out on trail. And then this is just little chucks just to wipe out my pot for anything. And inside here, I keep my little mini lighter. This is not a big lighter. How crazy. This is a Cricket, does what it needs to do. And then the famous, I'm sure everybody's heard about this, the BRS Stove. Everybody knows about this by now, I'm sure. It's the lightest stove, and it's tiny, it's little, it's everything that you need. I got some stuff in here. I got some sweetener, some sugar, and some coffee left over from my last trip. Yeah, that's all I got in there though, but yeah, his work is amazing. Really amazing. Seam seals, everything. It's just, oh, beautiful. And then this is my sport. So this is a GoBites Duo. Clips in like that. Use a fork, use a spoon, and you're good to go. Now, next part. Tried and true. Dan Durston X-Mid 1 person 10. This thing stinks my baby. Don't tell my kids. Shh, it's my baby. Oh, I love this thing on so many levels. This is the first ever one that come out. So it's a bit upgraded now. He even got Dyneema version, which that's in my wish list. This thing though, I will be doing a review on this. Probably at the end of the year. This is the best thing. Can't go wrong. Now, just before we get a little bit more into this, with the tent, I didn't take a floor, like a cover sheet, because where I was going, I didn't need it, and just didn't need it. But if it's cold, if it's winter, if I know there's going to be rain, I'll show you what I take. So this is what I take. I just have it in there like a Ziploc bag. I've seen this on a Facebook page. This is a space blanket. Reflects the heat, keeps it warm, keeps the bottom of the tent safe if need be. This is what I use for a floor mat. It works. Can do a trick. And it's like a survival thing as well, so it's a 2 for 1. Also, it's not in here at the moment because it's going to be really loud usually, but what I keep now, some Polycro. This is just a second layer of defense. This is what keeps my next load of stuff. So yeah, underneath the tent, what would be in that is rested up, folded up and rested up at the back of the pack. Get it out. Is my sleeping pad. Now this is the Klymit Static V insulated pad. I think it's a 4.4 R value, but I remember seeing somewhere the whole R value thing got like reassessed, and this has gone down to like a 1.6. So I'm not too sure if it's still 4.4, if it's actually 1.6, but does the job, keeps me warm, takes 8 breaths. Like, that's ridiculous. And yeah, that's what I use. Also, the last bit of my pack, third line of defense, might I add. Another Orbs Ultra Light, once again, shout out to Peter, dry bag. Just a normal roll top, it's not Velcro or anything fancy, but it's a button, better than nothing. This is my okay, I can't say it in front of the tent, this is my favorite. This is my Enlightened Equip. Jeez, can't talk. My Enlightened equipment. I think this is an Enigma. No overstuff. 20-degree bag. But I did get the neck cord thing. I don't know what it's called. Sewn foot box. Oh, dirty now. These guys are amazing. I couldn't be more like. I used to be a sleeping bag camper, hiker, everything. Went to a quilt. The warmth that comes out of these. Oh, how do people not have these already? You know, they're customizable. You got your little clips, strap pad straps. I just don't know what to say about this. This thing is amazing. Like the warmth, I couldn't believe it. Like I had to keep kicking this off me during the night. Unbelievable. In here though is my Klymit Pillow. It comes free with my pad. So my last one popped on my trip. It was just like a cheap $5 like blow up one, kind of similar material. It lasted me 2 nights, and yeah, they got this one free. Can't complain. And this is also where I keep my spare clothes, in the bottom of the foot box, which is, you know, just the second line of my third line of defense, so I know it's not going to get wet with the Dyneema, the Polycro, it's in a bag as well, so should be right. This is just a merino wool Macpac brand, 250 I believe. It's just a top for, you know, get out of my stinky clothes, and just my camp top, just in case it gets too cold, keep my top half warm. But I just like to have something when I get to camp, you know, take off the sweaty hiking top, just something nice to put on. And then last but not least, spare pair of socks. Now these are merino wool, once again, Macpac. Love Macpac, they're grouse. You know, 1 pair of feet, 1 here. And that's everything in my pack. There. That's everything in my pack. So, as you can see, everything's gone. Magic. No. So, this is everything that was on my person, apart from the Ditty Bag. I said I'd go through it later. I'm not forgetting. This is everything that's on my person. These are just a pair of trail runners. These are the Asics. I was always a boot person because I got pretty bad ankles. Somebody on trail said to me, and plus I've watched a few YouTube videos, who hasn't? They said go to trail runners, like your boots are going to get wet, and if they're wet, it's going to most likely ruin your trip. They're heavier, there's so much things that are crappy about boots that don't actually protect your ankles unless they're really high, which I didn't know about. So somebody suggested me, go to trail runners, all you gotta do is add in a nice insole, which I've added in. They're lighter, they're better support, so they're, in a way, they're actually better for your ankles. I went with these, yeah, they're a little bit dirty. I went on just a walk not too long ago, a couple of days ago. I didn't realize how dirty they were. But these things are amazing, like trail runners are the best. I had a trip coming up in September where I'm going to the snow. Now, I've never hiked in the snow with trail runners. It's always been boots. So I'm a bit nervous to try this out, but I might get a pair of waterproof socks or something and I don't know, I'll work it out. I'm still thinking. This is my other trekking pole, as you can tell, there's no duct tape. That's just what my one that I hike with. This is just a hat, it's an old hat, had it for years, just nothing fancy. Got the mesh back, which is I do like, because it's a bit more breathable on the head. Apart from that, it's just a hat. My sunnies, just a pair of Ray-Bans. Nothing fancy, just a pair of Ray-Bans. This is a sun shirt. It's a hooded sun hoodie. This thing's amazing. It's got the finger holes for the thumb. It's like I don't sweat in this. Like of course I do sweat, but it doesn't like it wicks away the sweat. It's very breathable. It's also warm if it's cold. This thing's amazing. Another pair of merino wool Macpac socks. Just some running shorts with the slit up the sides and the liner. I started off on my trip with like sort of like knee-high skins. I actually took them off halfway through because they were they were a bit uncomfortable. And I just rocked the liner. That thing was amazing. So I probably won't be wearing them again unless it's kind of cold. And then just to finish off, this is my warm flavor because I went in summer, so I didn't need much warmth, especially here in Australia. When it's warm, it's warm. This is just a 3/4 zip Macpac fleece. Once again, thumb holes. And this is so warm. Fleece is light, warm. You just can't go wrong. And yeah, that's it. It's got a little front zip. You can put your phone, whatever you want. I don't know. I think I put snacks in there, some chocolate peanuts. Oh, they're amazing. Yeah, apart from that, that's what's on my person. And we'll go over the Ditty Bag now. Let me just put stuff to the side. Magic, again. I'm getting good at this. Ditty Bag. Now, Dyneema Pack. Yes, once again, shout out to Peter, Orbs Ultralight. He made this for me. This is actually a custom one, which he doesn't usually do. Yeah, he's truly amazing. But, anyway, get it all out. I am thinking of going to a roll top for a Ditty Bag, because I keep this on the outside of my pack, with the zip facing into the pack. But sometimes I get a little paranoid, that stuff's going to get wet, even though there's like stuff that can't really get wet in here, but it kind of is. So I'm thinking about going to a roll, sort of like my dry bag that I've got there, and use this as my poop bag. That's the plan anyway. But Peter, shout out. So in here, just got the basics of, just some roll-on sunscreen, nothing too fancy. As long as it's 50 plus, we're good to go. A couple fire starters. Now, didn't need these, and actually where I was, you weren't allowed to use these in the summertime. But in case there's an emergency, and I can't cook any food, boil any water, or something's gone wrong, I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. So they just don't leave the pack. Couple sports cap lids, just in case I somehow lose one, break one, drop one. Somebody else does that's on trail, can come in handy. Kids bamboo toothbrush, because I'm not that ultralight where I cut them in half. And then just a little travel toothpaste. Some dental floss. I like to floss my teeth. Like, you know, you're supposed to brush your teeth after every meal. Nobody actually does that. So I just like to, you know, floss, especially if there's something in my teeth. Plus, you can use this to sew stuff up with. It's just a good little trick. I'll go over this one. Yeah. So this is just the Victorinox Mini, I believe it's called. You know, the one with the file, the knife, the scissors. It's got the toothpick, the tweezers. It's just all you need. And the funny thing is, like, some people carry big knives. Dude, you don't need to carry a big Bowie knife. You're not Crocodile Dundee. Literally, you don't even use a knife. If anything, I use the scissors, maybe the tweezers, but you don't need a big knife, dude. Stop taking them. There's always that one guy. Now this is my first aid / medical kit. Sorry, my first aid / repair kit. It's tiny, and people go, dude, you need more. You need take a snake bite kit and stuff like that. I don't really, you know, I've never come across snakes on hikes. Weirdly enough, especially in Australia. And the main problem I've ever had hiking is maybe I nicked my leg on a thorn bush, or that's really about it. And you know, sometimes you don't need a band-aid for that. So just a couple of earbuds. There is nothing worse when somebody at camp is snoring and it sounds like a freight train. So these bad boys, plug them in, get a good night's sleep. This is just a spare O-ring for my BRS stove. A couple of alcohol pads, 3 to be precise. Here I have my chapstick. That's also good for chafing. You rub on a bit of toilet paper if you have a buff, something like that, and rub it in places. Not, of course, straight there and on your lips, because nobody wants to do that. I have a little square of Gear A tenacious tape to repair anything that might need repairing. 3 spare, these are like aqua tabs. They purify your water. You know, one of these to 1 litre takes about half an hour. Just makes it drinkable if your filter goes wrong. This is a little patch repair kit that came with my sleeping pad. Just put that in there just in case. And then this is like a little, I don't even know, I found this container in my kitchen. It's got a bunch of Lucco tape wrapped around it. There's some ibuprofen in here. And then there's also a little needle and thread there. So this is like an all-in-one. It's kind of cool little dongle thing, container, cylinder that I have. And then last thing on the menu, another Ziploc bag. And this is just, as you can tell, I like my extra, you know, reassurances. But this is my electronics bag. And I just keep one of these silica gels in there. Just if there any moisturizer gets in there, I just know that it's just, once again, another line of defense. So this is just a Walk and Talk 6000 milliamp hour power bank. It does the trick. I take this on usually overnighters, which is what my last trip was. But then I have 2 other ones. I got a 10,000 milliamp hour and a 20,000. It just depends on what trip I'm going on. Will accompany me. Yeah. So this is for my head torch, which is the Nightcore NU25 shot cord mod. Because yeah, I'm one of them lame people who done that. But this thing's amazing. Like, you cannot go wrong. Plus, you know, it's got the red light, so you don't blind people when you're trying to talk to them. The lumens on this is just crazy. Like, you can change it. I don't know the specs. I can't remember off the top of my head just yet. I plan to get there. But yeah, the lumens, all different sizes. You know, it goes from 1 to 350 or something. I can't remember. Don't judge me in the comments. I can already see it. But yeah, so that's the cord for that. To charge that up. And this is really long. I want to opt out for a smaller one. But this is what charges my phone. And it's actually a fast cable. So it charges my phone faster than normal. You can't go wrong. And that's it. So thank you for sticking around. Thanks for watching. As I said, I'll put everything in the description box below, links to what I can find. And I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.